Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, you know the voice, you know the guy. It's me, really well, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. So, while this is, and I understand, this is a podcast that you come to get basketball bets. So you probably don't think you're going to hear this. Maybe it applies to you, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, but it just felt on me to say with what little of a platform I have is that, I'm a sports fan and I still keep in touch with things going on the football side of things, even though I talk basketball here with you guys all the time. And um, my heart really goes out to the family of Kyrie Lacey and any friends, fans, LSU community, all of that. It's a really, really sad situation. And as somebody who deals with mental health at times as well, I think that, there's a lot of people that are going through a lot of stuff. And we all have to find the joy in the things that we do. And this being able to talk and do this right here is my joy. And, I hope everybody is able to find their joy. And if you're going through something that, you're not alone, and everybody, we can get through it. Everybody can get through it together. So I just want to say that was really on my soul, but really a lot of condolences out to the family of Kyron Lacey and LSU community, friends, all of that. It's really, really sad situation going on out there. But all right, now in a shift of gears, we had a week. I will admit that. It was a pretty good week of fast break bets last week. So, switching, here we go. Here's what happened on Friday. I gave you out the Mavericks laying 11. Never in doubt. They handled business. And the Raptors, yeah, didn't even try there. The parlay didn't hit. The Cavs were very, very close to the team total yet again. And the Grizzlies, team total. So I bet everything individually. So the Magic first half was a good cash, great. The Grizzlies team total. I was sitting, I had my brother, it was his birthday. And so we were all chilling, watching the game, me and some friends, for his birthday. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, whew, okay. I need 23 points in the fourth quarter and I cash his team total. Great. They've had 23 points in every quarter leading up to that. 14 points in the fourth quarter by the Grizzlies in a game that you need to win as we're trying to figure out what's going on with the West playoffs. 3, 2, 1, Cancun! Cancun on 3. 1, 2, 3, Cancun! Cancun! Say, Cancun, 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 Cancun! Them boys ready. Them boys getting ready. They're going to be on the beach. Yeah, say, oh, Cancun, Cancun, Cancun. Hut, hut. Playing beach football. One more game. One more game, Grizzlies. One more game to all y'all. You Ja, you got the bottle. Hey, Ja used to be on live with the bottle. On live with the bottle. It was tequila he was on in Mexico. Finna be just like that again, Ja. You know you my guy too. That was ill. That was a horrible, 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 horrible way not to cash a team total over for the Grizzlies. And I think the Grizzlies messed up the spread in that game too. If somebody took the spread, bad stuff. Bad stuff from the Grizzlies. All right. AJ Green went over his points prop 5.5. And then I came back on Sunday. Didn't have a lot of action going. A lot of the games were really, really weird. And then I'm kind of glad I didn't play some stuff because it just didn't. It didn't turn out right. But the Warriors Clippers under 219.5 felt really good. I had a lot of CLV by the end of the game, and that flew over. I think it actually crossed and hit the over on every single line, even the points that I had missed. So That just kind of, and it was like a slow death to the over. It wasn't like that the game was projected to go over all the time. Like it was kind of hovering. Like if you looked at the live number, it was hovering around 220 for the live number a good portion of the game. It just went over in the end. Steph had a great game. Kawhi was going crazy. It just ended up going over. Pajemski started going crazy in the second half. So 10-7 week. I know you can't see it because the formatting is wrong here. So that's my bad on me. 10-7 week last week. And 2-2 on the parlays. So up plus money on the parlays. 10-7 week overall in the bets. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. All right. I have I have a parlay. So I have a parlay that I'm gonna give out of playoff futures for the first round. However, I am betting each leg individually as well. So hopefully we get a grain up situation where I cash all the individual bets and hit the parlay. But me betting each leg individually saves me from hitting two and one missing. And I still am up on that. But I feel pretty good about a position in three early. And then there's a couple of things in the playoffs that I'm waiting for, of course, with the play-in, but I feel pretty good about three early. So let's get to that. But first, gotta talk to you about Bet365. You should already, if you haven't, use that link, bettingpros.com/bet365. They have a special offer for our listeners. Turn $5 into $150 of bonus bets when you join Bet365. Just gotta go to bettingpros.com/bet365. It's right there for you. You can go over there and get down on a whole bunch of action over there at Bet365. So appreciate that. Support that. You can, hey, go bet this parlay over there at Bet365. 21 and older only, must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, or Virginia. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-BETS off if you live in Iowa. Terms and conditions apply. All right, let's get into it. I'm really, really excited for playoff basketball. I am more excited for playoff series futures because I'll admit this is the first NBA playoffs of this show that I'm able to do this, but I've had some success in dabbling in the playoff round by round futures. Like you guys know, I don't really talk about futures. I really don't place a lot of futures from the start of the season, but because again, JG Whitworth, it's my money and I want it now. So I don't want to wait the whole season for the future to cash. However, I'm patient enough to wait a week or a couple of weeks, and I can do that. So I think I can wait a week or in a week and a half and be able to cash a futures parlay. And I've been pretty good with the playoff futures parlay. So of course, as soon as the West playoffs, and I was kind of already looking at the East, but it's kind of weird. The East is so much weaker than the West, but I vaguely know what I'm going to do in the East. It's a couple of series, and I'm like, I don't know. But the West, I almost at 100% know what I'm doing with every single series. So here is a three-leg futures parlay to get us through the first round. Hopefully, we come out on the end of the first round with a bunch of extra cash from what we get on top of betting these. So first leg is going to be the Denver Nuggets going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. The Nuggets are the 4 seed. The Clippers are the 5 seed. So that, of course, you know what that means, NBA. And maybe you don't know what that means. Maybe you just listen to this show because you don't watch basketball and you just take in my word for everything. Bless your heart if you do that, by the way. But here we go. We have the Nuggets, who are currently sitting at minus 165 updated odds here, plus 135 for the Clippers. So I think that is funny if you stuck around for this show throughout the duration of the entire season and you just picked up on a couple of things. Because there was a point in time where I told you that I am completely out on the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, completely out. I wanted nothing to do with the Clippers. They were an automatic fade in my mind a lot of the time. After the All-Star break, they really, really, really turned it on. Kawhi Leonard got healthy. He reinvigorated the offense and then did nothing but bolster the defense for the squad. The Clippers are actually very formidable, and I'm man enough to admit that I was wrong in fading the Clippers. And the roller coaster that the Clippers have taken me on over the course of this season, of me being out on them and then kind of being in on them and then being completely out on them again, and then now I'm completely bought back in. I think the Clippers are going to be a force in the West. I don't know how far I have them going. I'm interested to see how things shake up, and we'll see where I end up deciding how far the Clippers get. But I'm at a point where majority of these teams in the Western Conference, and I can actually go through it for you, maybe another day because I'm running out of time here. I think that a lot of them can actually make the Western Conference Finals, and the Clippers are one of them. Whereas the Denver Nuggets, on the other end, I'm completely out on them. Oh, I haven't been on the Denver Nuggets in a long time, and I think that they're bad at basketball. And so you look at what these two teams, and they did completely opposite things since the All-Star break. Clippers fourth in opponents' points per game since the All-Star break. They're first in opponents' offensive rebounding allowed. They're first in opponents' second chance points allowed, and they are really, really good without fouling. Like, they defend without fouling. They're lockdown defense. They'll slow the pace down, and they'll force you into turnovers. And again, defend without fouling, which is really, really good because the Denver Nuggets are 10th in free throw rate. So I have a Nuggets team here who doesn't defend at all. They're 23rd in opponents' points per game since the All-Star break. They haven't been good defending anything all year, if we be honest, and they're kind of just been riding off of Nikola Jokic and the fact that a lot of the NBA sucks, so they can beat up on a lot of bad teams, but they underperform against the better teams in the league. I'm out on Denver. We have a Clippers team who is 11-1 straight up on the road since the All-Star break, 8-4 ATS. And so I think the Clippers are going to be able to steal one on the road in the first two games, whether it's game one and they punch Denver in the mouth off the gate, or whether Denver's able to hold serve the Clippers and Ty Lue makes adjustments, as he does really well. He's a defensive-minded head coach, and he's able to adjust. And is Jokic going to get off this series? Yes, I think he is. I don't think everybody else is. I think they're going to do a really, really good job of defending everybody else and saying, okay, Jokic, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to be a one-man show and do it yourself. And with Kawhi Leonard and how Kawhi Leonard's opened things up for that offense, I don't think he's going to be able to do it. I think this is going to be ugly. I think it's going to be 1-1 going back to Los Angeles. I think the Clippers are going to sweep at home, and then they'll have their opportunities to win game 5 or game 6 and end this. So I'm taking the Clippers, but I'm not just taking them at plus 135. No, I'm a degenerate. Give me the Clippers laying 1.5 games. I'm saying the Clippers are going to get this done in 6 or 5. I do not think this is a game 7 series. I do not think the Clippers allow this to be competitive. I think these two teams are going completely different directions. The Clippers won 8 straight going into the playoffs to secure this spot. So I am going to back the Los Angeles Clippers laying 1.5 games. I think they're going to beat the Nuggets in 5 or 6. All right. That was plus 255, by the way. Really, really juicy prop there. Play number 2. Other LA team. The Los Angeles Lakers are going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers are laying minus 190. Timberwolves plus 155 here. Lakers are the 3 seed. The Timberwolves are the 6 seed. Do I have a handicap for this? No. Does anybody remember what I said last week on the show? Was it last week or the week before? Whatever. I said I'm not backing the Timberwolves. And if I come out here backing the Timberwolves, remind me to not back the Timberwolves. I didn't need you to remind me. I know we're not backing the Timberwolves. Actually, I think this series is going to be competitive, believe it or not. I really, really do. I think every single individual game will probably be competitive, and going into the fourth quarter, it may look like a good game. When it gets to the fourth quarter, one side has Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The other side has struggled to find any type of rhythm in the fourth quarter over the course of the entire season. This has been one of the most inconsistent fourth quarter teams. We talked about Ant in the fourth quarter with clutch time baskets and all of that and his poor record there. And I have, for one, have gone on record saying I don't think that's a fault of Anthony Edwards. I think it's a fault of Chris Finch and Chris Finch not knowing how to, not knowing how to coach in game time, in clutch time. And then Anthony Edwards is just going up and throwing up some random 3-point shot because Chris Finch has done nothing to try to free him up and get him space with the basketball. And then when he actually does pass the basketball, somebody else probably makes the horrible decision of actually shooting the ball instead of giving the ball back to Ant with some space and allowing him to be able to go to work. And the Timberwolves find a way to blow the game. Do you remember the 24-point loss to the Bucks in the fourth quarter? They almost blew it against the Memphis Grizzlies the other night too. Honestly, they were trying everything they could to blow it to the Grizzlies, and then they ended up, fighting and battling it through. But there's a serious issue with the Timberwolves in the fourth quarter of games. I think this series is going to be competitive. I actually don't think Minnesota is a horrible team. However, they're not a team that you want to trust in the fourth quarter, and I think that that's going to be the reason that they lose majority of the games in this series, and it's going to look really really ugly for them. I think the Lakers get them out of here in 5 or 6 games. This does not go to a game 7. While I think it's competitive, the Lakers win way more of the competitive games than the uh, Minnesota Timberwolves do. In fact, if you look at the Lakers this season, I believe they're a perfect 10-0 in games where the spread was within 2.5 points. Let me pull that back up to make sure I got that updated and right. 9-1. I'm sorry. So they did lose one. They're 9-1 in games where the spread was within 2.5 points. So close game. Give me the Lakers. I think a lot of these this is going to be competitive, and then fourth quarter they're going to blow it, and that's ultimately my handicap on the Timberwolves. This is a fade of the Timberwolves, honestly. -1.5 games for the Lakers, +120. That is play number 2, and the final play here: the Bucks and the Pacers is laying -180, but I'm sorry, gonna do it. Give me the over in the total games because both of these two teams are untrustworthy. Both of these two teams can't defend. Both of these two teams are questionable head coach. Neither one of these two teams probably should have been playing each other in the first round, and we probably would have got something interesting or a really good fade of one another. I would like to fade both. I think if either one of them have a potential closeout game, they're probably going to lose it to the other and force the game to go an extra series. This has 6, 7 written. It really has 7 written all over it, but I'll take the 5.5 games. -180. That's the third leg of the parlay, and that's how we close things out here. So, the 3 futures, not 2 plays, but 3 futures I have for you. Clippers laying 1.5 games, Lakers laying 1.5 games, Bucks Pacers over 5.5 games. That is 11-14. Really, really good. Odds may fluctuate. They're going up and down. People are betting like I'm watching the lines move right now. People are betting the playoff futures right now. So get down on this. I'll have more. If you don't want to get down on it and you want to fade it, do that. But I think I'm going to the winner's circle. I think I wrote up a beauty. So that is it at really real __ on X. Make sure you give me a follow at BettingPros on X and TikTok, at BettingPros NFL on Instagram and YouTube.com/BettingPros, where you can like, comment, subscribe, have a chance to win that Robert Horry signed jersey. All right. With that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to do like this. We are out of here.